Alright, welcome back guys to another Witcher 3 The Hearts of Stone DLC stream. Hey Valevi, you've been lurking for a while, hope I'm well, definitely. Looking forward to another Hearts of Stone stream. I'm probably going to finish the DLC tonight, so looking forward to that, and also to make a start on the last one. Indeed. But yeah, that's no worries at all. I hope you enjoy your lurk, and I hope you're having a good evening. Okay, so we were last stopping at the third wish for Ogierd, which was to retrieve a flower from his dead wife. And yeah, I think we are at the tail end of that quest line. It's a bit more of a creepy one.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Because we're kind of uncovering like past memories of what's happened, and we also uncover quite a few bosses in this kind of like abandoned mansion. Yeah, it's been quite good. Like finding out more about Ogierd and why he became the way he is. Hey there, Goody. Welcome in, dude. Hope you're doing well.
Master von Evereck's study. Here he immersed himself in the arcane arts.
Pentagrams here to bind summoned beings. Lines aren't all clear though. Need chalk to fix them, then I can set out the candles. The Gates of Mystery. Between Worlds? The library of an occultist.
Of all the beings inhabiting the outer spheres, the spirits of the elementals are the most foreign to human nature. They possess a will of their own and are intelligent, but not in the way of man. There is no way to fathom their drives and intentions. Genies, the most powerful of the elemental spirits, prove the most difficult for men to commune with. Only the true masters of magic have perfected this art, which demands long years of study and risky experiments. Yet even the most adept of the magic arts cannot tame a genie, merely force it to perform certain acts against its own volition. They say the mage Stemmerford once commanded the owl to move a mountain blocking the view from his tower, but even he could never convince the genie to be a willing helpmate in his work or to give sound advice, for the reasoning of these creatures is beyond human understanding. So I guess that might be what Gontodim is, right? Not a genie, but something kind of like maybe spirit elemental or something. Even more powerful than a genie. That's good to hear, Goody. Glad you're doing well. And yeah, playing more of the Hearts of Stone DLC. Definitely going to be finishing it tonight. And if we still have some time, then we're also going to make a start on the Blood and Wine DLC, which is gonna be the last kind of like content of this game before we finish it.
Manor was depressingly gloomy in the winter. Blood pacts, or on foreign presences.
Whosoever summons a visitant into our realm risks much. Whether flickering as a spirit in the ether or inhabiting the flesh of a designated host, the visitant shall drive to attain its liberty, and if it does, it shall wreak great havoc. Thus, the visitant must be summoned only within a protective circle, which shall bind it as no fetters could. The circle must be complete and eternal with no ruptures. Its line must be drawn with a steady hand firmly gripping the shark. Since a stray step made through carelessness of the visitant's trickery gets much the line, The circle must be further secured by a barrier in the form of lit candles made of beeswax. The circle thus protected shall stand as a sure and inescapable prison for the visitant.
A tome about parleying with demons. Beeswax candles.
He's looking for the chalk here.
Blood? For some kind of magic, I bet. Chalk.
There we go. Let's finish it.
Black magic. That should do it. Now for the candles. Maybe this? Nope. Botched it, I guess. What about this? Not even a fizzle. How about this?
Come back! We must talk!
Go away. I wish to be alone.
Not this time! Come out at once!
Leave me be. I merely want to work in peace. What other spell must I use, damn it? I've tried them all. I wish to end our pact. I summon thee! Damn it! Fire! In here, quickly! The flames! Douse the flames!
I did not expect that. We must find another way out.
Damn it, smack in the middle of a raging blizzard. Gotta find shelter and get inside.
Yeah, that's not good.
Hope you didn't let them in. They froze to death.
Okay. Was a bit too close for my taste.
Bone-geared, Iris, and her father. So this is when he started smoking. A beer tankard, but there was vodka in it. Drained to the last drop. So that's how he whiled away the long winter evenings. A knife covered in blood. Guess Olgierd got the scars on his shoulders that winter.
Marriage contract.
A marriage contract between Iris and Olgierd.
Prenuptial agreement. We, the undersigned, Iris Bowitz and Olgierd van Everick, have agreed to see our love in a marital contract and to bind ourselves to certain covenants. Let this document stand as an oath before the gods, and over to hold holy that, till death do us part. We should treat one another with mutual respect and give due hearing to each other's requests and opinions. The separation shall come, we shall each retain our property, both movable and immovable, which we brought into the marriage, and additionally each shall keep any presents given by the other during the duration of the marriage. The income which each receives, each shall spend as he or she sees fit, without costs related to the maintenance and upkeep of mutual possessions being divided equally between the parties. Signed, Iris and Olgierd.
Her father must have been holding the contract.
Furthermore, it is agreed that Iris shall be accorded the respect she is owed, that you shall heed her counsel and requests, and...
Get to the point, Father. My patience runs thin.
Gladly. On Iris's request, I declare this marriage null and void.
You vowed to remain with me, till death do us part.
And I've held to my vow. The Olgierd I married is no more.
Breaking a word once given does not come that easy. Believe me, you shall stay here, forever.
Enough! You will not command us. You will...
Father! Father! No!
Servant, take this carcass and feed it to the beasts.
Jesus Christ. It's a proper Heart of Stone right there. So that's the reason he's heartless, right? Because when God or Dim granted him his wishes, he, you know, thing that God or Dim did is he basically removed his heart. So he didn't really have any feelings anymore towards anybody.
Then Von Everick ceased to be human.
Though he still loved his wife.
No, he merely remembered that he should love her.
Let's go upstairs.
Remember, we spent much time together here, the three of us.
In silence.
We'll take our places, the same as then.
You do the rest.
Hey there, Mordnan. It's going very good. Playing some more Witcher tonight. We're trying to finish the Heart of Stone DLC. I hope you're doing well. You just completed AC4. Now then, you're wondering which one to play next. So the next one being released after 4 would be Assassin's Creed Rogue and Unity, which actually released the same year, in the same day even. But I would recommend playing Rogue first, because Rogue is still the same engine that Black Flag, and Unity would then be the next like proper engine and like major change in like gameplay and stuff. Rogue's also quite short. But yeah, very similar to Black Flag, so I would recommend going for that next. But yeah, I hope you had a good time with Black Flag though. It's such a great story.
Ladder.
Okay, food tray.
Animal hair. Claw scratches. got something wrong. Single place setting. No others on the table. Perfect match. Something's not right.
Yeah, his character evolution is so well done. And kind of like his motivation to go over and become a privateer and then a pirate in first place. But yeah, just like losing, you know, all of his friends really definitely affected him a lot. Made him change his ways.
A large clay bowl. Small bowl. For soup, maybe? There we go.
Yeah, small bowl for the cat and the large one for the doggo.
Think this was yours. You actually ate from these bowls?
Of course not. I already told you, we're not animals.
But the caretaker would set them out all the same, as ordered.
Another monstrosity. I begged you to stop this. Those two are too many as it is.
The dog and cat keep you company. This one will protect you, care for the house, no matter what happens.
Before, I wished to know what was going on in that head of yours. I thought perhaps I could help. Now, I care not the slightest what you think or how you feel.
I feel nothing.
Just as I no longer know if I still hate you. Go, Olgierd. I want you out of my sight.
Olgierd von Everec failed to understand we'd never be able to replace him.
His spectre now casts a shadow over Lady Iris's every remembrance. We're almost at our journey's end.
What's there?
Iris von Everec's greatest fear.
And it's so damn sad, you know, like seeing how they also like loved each other so much. They were like such a great, you know, couple. But then through the deal that Olgierd made, you know, and him losing his heart, it's almost like Iris lost hers as well in the process, you know, having to live with somebody who just doesn't care anymore. Because he can't. But it's so well told, and such a great kind of like alternative version on the original Hearts of Stone kind of like story and fairy tale. I actually prefer this one to the original even, which I already like loved a lot as a kid. The guy was a savage donkey, but over time the loss made him grow up. It definitely reminded him of like what's at stake, and that he cares more about, you know, the people he spend time with than, you know, any kind of like riches. But you have a whole like ending, you know, where he sees like his old friends at the table, like really showcases, I guess. Also the like some of the regret, I guess, he feels towards what he's done. But definitely also moving on from this and trying to better himself. Olgierd sought his capacity to love, to marry Iris, kind of tragic. Yeah. That's what he wanted to achieve was like basically the opposite. But yeah, that's gone to a dim, right? Like, Olgierd didn't really ask for having his heart removed. Gaunter just kind of like decided to take it. Because Gaunter knew it would be creating the opposite effect. But yeah, that's why Gaunter's like such a great villain, I feel.
my dearest wife. Letters from Olgierd to Iris. Were I only as skilled with words as I am with my blade. Especially now, when an icy void grips my heart. I see how you look at me, and I see you with her. I cannot help you, but I believe I can cease harming you. This letter and this rose are my farewell. May you live in health, and remember but the good times. Olgierd.
Why? Okay. I have no idea what this is. Let's just go for the Ignis Venom there. And for the Spectre on the Silver Sword. Yeah, what Oki did to marry Iris just marks him as kind of an ass. Hopelessly enough. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely like really desperate about not being accepted by her family. After his family kind of like lost all of his of their wealth. I can kind of understand he was like so desperate because he didn't want to lose her. Because she would have been married to like a fairy prince, right? So I can understand why he did it, but yeah, it wasn't the right decision. As it turns out.
No witch should see. The skies will.
Jesus Christ. Just got stunlocked there. Not gonna lie, these fights in this part of the game on Deathmarch are actually quite difficult. So there is Wordnon. I hope you have a good luck. Jesus Christ.
Happily ever after.
Dude, the amount of enemies at the same time. That ain't fun.
That's a dangerous man you've chosen to take.
Okay, I guess the trick here is to not attack any of the bystanding Ogiers, I guess. Because if they're not getting damage, they seem to not engage into the fight. So I guess our current art sign might be the worst sign to use here. Because it affects like everybody at the same time, because of the radius. So let me just try to stick to maybe Gwen and Yrden. Maybe Exi as well. But yeah. Shouldn't use Igni or on art here.
That's a dangerous man you've chosen to deal with, Witcher. You under the delusion you'll complete your tasks. Live happily ever after.
Holy shit. Damage.
That's a dangerous man you've chosen to deal with, Witcher.
Fuck. Yrden also attacks more of them. No, not like this.
Not good.
Now we're fighting everybody again.
That's a dangerous man you've chosen to deal with.
Yeah. I thought it would only attack both that are actually in combat, but never mind.
That's a dangerous man you've chosen to deal with. How long are you gonna make me? You under the delusion you're complete.
What the fuck? Like one of her abilities deals like, I don't know, 80% damage or so. Okay. Let's not use the upgraded Yrden either. But yeah, I think we can make it. If we just focus on like individual ones of them. But yeah, the damage increase is insane on Deathmarch. that attack is bad.
As lifeless and boring as a the witches. Happily ever after.
Jesus Christ, stop stun locking me.
Dangerous man you've chosen to do. You wonder the delusion you're complete. Live happily ever after.
Jesus Christ.
The church will see the skies. As lifeless and cold as a bolt of the skies.
Jeez, what the fuck? Dude, this fight is killing me. Literally. Like that one attack did so much damage. It's insane. I'm sitting here like over leveled at my like, you know, best gear, essentially.
Come on!
As lifeless inside. No chance.
like stop attacking for once.
That's it. No witches. The skies. As life is a bone. Pathetic. Get up. Tasks. Live You under the delusion you're complete. Live happily ever after. No witcher shall see the sky. As lifeless and boring as a bone on your own side. You under the delusion. Tasks. Happily ever after. No witcher shall see the sky.
And they get like stronger the more you kind of like battle. This guy's like really strong.
Delusion you're complete. Live happily ever after.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. This guy.
As life is a bond on your own outside.
Come on, come closer.
You've chosen to deal with Witcher. His life was inside.
Freaking hell. Like, all of these boss fights in this area of the game are insane. Glad we got through that.
You're not him.
Wait, I want to talk.
Not here. Not in this place. I'm sorry. I mistook you for another.
For Olgierd?
I thought he'd returned. To me.
What are you? A ghost? An illusion?
I am sadness.
I've come for the violet rose Olgierd gave you.
On the day we saw one another for the last time, I dried it and placed it in our chamber, at my bedside. I lay there for days, staring at it, until at last it crumbled into dust, as did I soon after.
So, the rose is gone?
Not from this world. Look, you buried my body and the flowers bloomed once more. And I was held in a deep, dark sleep. Only now have I awoken, just like my beautiful rose. When you placed the sketchbook on my grave, I remembered learning to draw my husband's face. Tell me, how is Olgierd? Healthy? Does he fare well?
Yeah, I mean, he pretends to be happy. But let's talk about Gaunter first.
Your husband's got a powerful enemy. Gaunter O'Dim. Know the name?
I curse the day I first heard it.
Who is he, and how'd he step into your lives?
It's my fault. It was for me Olgierd summoned the Man of Glass. And it was my fault he wished for riches then immortality for us both. Olgierd will best O'Dim, won't he? Now tell me, how is my husband?
So she's also responsible for Gaunter Dim appearing. It wasn't just Olgierd. That's interesting.
Your husband hunts out ever stronger sensations. He tempts fate, because at heart he's unhappy.
At heart he is stone, so nothing has changed. And did Olgierd mention me? What did he say?
Not much, but I didn't ask about you. He just sent me to retrieve the rose.
The rose? The last I have left of him? His last gift?
Got a feeling the rose is important to you, more than a memento.
I remember so little. Yet when I think of my rose, I begin to recall what was. The world around me turns real, and my eyes open wide and I recognize things. Remember who I am and who I was.
Friend once told me about a case like this. Could be strong emotions that bind you to the rose, feelings we witchers call pins. They're what keeps you in this world.
Like an insect pinned in a collection case. Horrible.
Need to be honest, if I take the rose, you might cease to exist, as might the world you built around you.
And what will happen then? Shall I be free of the suffering, the sadness? Is it the void that awaits?
I don't know.
I don't wish to suffer any longer, but I fear there will be cold and darkness until there is nothing at all.
I feel like I'm gonna take the rose because, yeah, I can understand she's like, afeared. At the same time, she doesn't want to suffer any longer, right? So, I think it's better to, say a last farewell and find your everlasting peace, I guess. Rather than being bound in here and, just forgetting about everything. I think taking the rose will just give her a final peace eventually.
I need the rose. Will you give it to me?
It's so fragile. Look, the petal edges have turned crimson, as they were on the day I received it. The one thing missing is the single drop of dew which slid down the leaf when I took the rose in hand. Or was it blood? Because I pricked my finger? I can't remember. You know, I never did read the letter from Olgierd. I didn't have to. And I needn't have kept the flower he left me. I've come to a decision. I shall give you the rose.
Our service thus ends. Thank you, stranger, for freeing us.
Before we go, some advice. Beware of the one called the Man of Glass. Stand in his way, and you'll meet a fate worse than death. Seek salvation in glass that can't be broken.
Glass that can't be broken?
So long.
I'll remember you, Iris von Everec.
That no longer matters. Farewell.
Alright, that finishes the scenes of a marriage quest, which also finishes the last wish for Ogierd, which means you now unlock the last quest line. Whatsoever immense south. However, what I'm actually gonna do before I meet up with Ogierd again, I wanna finish the last remaining quest lines here that we have for the DLC, and also the last locations. So let's head up here.
Faster.
Go ahead and use the Spectre oil here. Let's also drink, where is it? Eurodiva's decoction. Edward's farewell note. I've not left, not a blooming thing. All I can do now is pass on my family's tale of horror and woe, and pass on myself, as soon as I've written it all up in this letter. It seems a faded dream now, but there were a time where we were happy, my beautiful wife Onesta and myself. We were married in high style, with a fitting feast, when a year later our dear Mutboga was born. Folk praised the Ween's beauty, said she was the spitting image of her mom. Onesta'd get all cross when we talked like that, but I paid it no heed at the time. Soon enough our family grew, first Matilda, then Ethel came into the world, both fair as angels. But Onesta, well, I never forget the eve she sat there, combing her long chestnut hair, while the girls cried and cried. I said to her, "Laugh. I reckon the lasses are hungry." That's when she lashes out at me for the first time, said they'd no right to be hungry, it's so in her beauty and her youth, it should be more than enough to feed on. I shouldn't have known then, I should have guessed madness had burrowed into my last head, and every compliment paid to her lass's beauty made it burrow ever deeper. Year by year, the young ones grew taller and more lovely, at times not so kind to the old, and Onesta weren't spared its cruelty, which took her skin's spring and its sheen of youth. One night I was awoken by a startling moon, which hid all the world in an eerie gloom. I looked around the hut and saw it was empty. I ran out of the door and followed the set of bare footprints leading to the cemetery by the chapel. Seeing that, my heart jumped into my throat. I found them, all three, lying around the fountain. Were not been their father, I'd never have recognized them. Deep gushes mutilated their fair faces. Strips of skin and hunks of flesh were strewn all about. As I stood beholding this butchery, I had this feeling someone was watching me, and I weren't mistaken. Onesta stood there on a stool by a lone tree. She had a rope draped around her neck like some demonic necklace. It took it from me, all of it, all I had, all I cherished, she said. Then she jumped. She's dead. My Onesta, my 3 daughters, dead as well. I soon joined them. I've taken all I have and gave it to the gods. Perhaps they forgive me and my beloved Onesta. Jesus. The mother killed all of the daughters and then killed herself.
Poor noggin.
He's quite happy for being on a graveyard.
Oh, it'll rain, no doubt.
Suspicious? Peter's log. It makes 3 days we've been stationed here in Deadwood Wood, Deadwhite Wood. It is a gravely important mission. That's what the commander told us. We only sent the best of the best to Deadwhite Wood. Those were his words. I'm damn proud. Strange enough, there ain't many trees around, not a corpse to be seen. Maybe the master's information was out of date and the peasants have fell the whole wood. Thomas says it's because you went the wrong way, but we can't read nor write, so I'm not about to trust him. I'm going out to scout around a bit myself after dinner today. I want to draw up a map of these lands, cause the commander didn't give us one. When I get back to the main headquarters, I write up everything all nice and proper. Peter Neher. Oh. Definitely went to the wrong place because Garrett was coming along. That wasn't the best idea. To go over here.
Shall be over soon. It spells eternal fire.
Okay, nothing up here. Okay, let's go ahead and meditate a little bit. And then I'm gonna drink the decoction that gives us like a bigger weight limit. So we can carry more stuff. Nothing like a little witch run on a Wednesday afternoon. Hell yeah, Aura. Welcome in. Indeed. Yeah, we're trying to finish the DSC today. Maybe even make a start on Blood and Wine if we have enough time. Do I have a stream schedule announcement somewhere? You always miss the first half of these Zeta streams. I have the announcement on Discord whenever I go live. But I don't have like a fully set schedule right now with like completely accurate times, because I usually go live whenever Kavik fits on me, you know. So I don't always plan it out to the like hour. But yeah, on Discord you will have like the live notification for.